If suicide, it's a tough issue because there are so many causes and each case is unique. Each table should also have a list of warning signs and actions to take if you believe someone is suicidal. It's the last 2 pages of that packet. I'm not going to read them to you, but I urge you to please take a minute and read them and be wary of those signs. If you know somebody that you think might be at risk of suicide, please talk to them, take action. Also, visit our website, and you can contact us if you know somebody that actually is a threat to suicide. Also on our website is a link to one of our partner organization, Give an Hour. Give an Hour is one of our national partner organizations. Through Give an Hour, you can enter your zip code, and it'll link you to a therapist that's willing to work pro bono via in proximity to wherever your zip code is. Last thing I want to talk about were the donations tonight. Everybody, just by coming here, we have those corporate sponsors that are pledging 10% of whatever's consumed. But also when you receive your bill tonight, you'll get a card from Stop Soldier Suicide to that if you're interested in donating. In that card, we're taking checks and all major credit cards. If you pay by credit card, you'll get a receipt immediately via Intuit from the iPhone app. And if you have a check, make it out to Stop Soldier Suicide. That was really all I have, and I'd like to introduce Jeff Wells now, who's going to say a couple words about Wish for Our Heroes. Thank you.
Well, first of all, we're honored to be here, and to be part of such a great cause is just unbelievable. And I'm sure a lot of you, most of you, certainly living here in Lawton, are familiar with the military lifestyle and the culture and some of the challenges that life presents. And we started Wish for Our Heroes about 2.5 years ago, and my dad was a Marine, had been a Marine, a retired Marine, and I had been in the Army, and we had always talked about doing something like that. And then when he passed away, we launched Wish for Our Heroes. And the idea behind it, I mean, there were different ideas, but the primary purpose was to have a charity that would focus not only on helping, I mean, you see all these military charities that help the wounded, for example, which is a very admirable cause, and you have charities that help the families of soldiers who are killed, and you have charities that focus on bankruptcy and things like that. But we didn't see many organizations out there that just focused on the everyday, hardworking military member. They do their job, they do it well, they make their income and support their family, but then maybe something happens that's outside of the normal the normal course of the day. Maybe they make enough to get by, maybe it's a young military member and they make enough to pay the bills, but then the transmission goes out. So then they go out and they borrow money, sometimes at an extraordinarily high rate of interest, and they're paying for that transmission for the rest of their lives. And then, oh, by the way, a couple other little problems happen along the way. Maybe they're a young family, and as we all know, young families have sometimes marital challenges, and there's children involved, and there's some challenges there, and one thing leads to another, and things like this can happen: divorce, suicide, and all those issues that plague our military today. So what we try to do is we try to get in early so that we can prevent things like this. We try to help them get back on their feet and get them headed down a path where it's not going to resort to suicide or divorce. Being in the military, I remember in the Army, we deployed and we lost quite a few soldiers in Baghdad, and my battalion commander never shed a tear. We would go through, service after service, ceremony after ceremony over there, and we came back, and this particular soldier took his life maybe a few days after we got home. His spouse had been, with somebody else and that type deal. And I remember the service for that particular soldier, my battalion commander, just burst into tears because he had been through so much and faced so much, and then to come back and take his own life was just devastating to all of us. And again, suicide is it's just a huge challenge that the military has, and we're here to prevent. If you look at our literature, there's different pieces of literature out there, but the Marine in that literature, just a month or so after we did the shoot for the literature, he took his own life. Lance Corporal Hendrickson. And you know, it's just, as the statistics say, it's a challenge that's, you know, it's across all spectrums of life, but it's very unique in the military. So we're here to help. We're here to do whatever we can. These guys are just getting going. We were there just a couple years ago, and you know, it takes hard work, and it's just a phenomenal cause, and they'll be, you know, the sky's the limit. And thanks to folks like y'all that care and want to help, we'll do it together. We'll team up and figure out a way to get her done. So if you guys need anything, you know, there's some cards out there. You can contact me or any of us, and whatever we can do to help, we're going to do. So thank you all for coming, and holler at us if you have any questions. Great. So